So good afternoon from Blackpool Pleasure Beach, where I'm here to get on some of my favourite rides in the UK, from Icon to Big One, and also some of the classic rides that Pleasure Beach has to offer, such as Grand National. I'm here on an off-peak Friday, so crowd levels at the minute are not looking that much at all. I mean, on an off-peak day, if you want to get the most rides done here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, the best time to come is an off-peak time. You're going to get on so many rides and attractions around the park. In terms of opening times today, you've got 11 till 5, so there's plenty of time for me to get on some of my favourite rides here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Talking of my favourite rides, I'm going to head on the Grand National. This is a wooden coaster here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and it is really old and really rough. I went on it a few weeks ago. I didn't do a vlog though, but I'm vlogging today. I'm going to head on it. It has had some retrack work done, a few wood replacements around the ride, so we'll see how it's riding in 2022 here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Not too sunny today, a bit of an overcast, but nonetheless, you can't come to Blackpool Pleasure Beach and have a bad day. So let's head on Grand National. One of my favourite rides. You can't beat it. It's a classic. So yeah, just expanding on crowd levels then here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. There's barely anyone around. I mean, look at this. Barely anyone. And yeah, the queue for Grand National over there doesn't look too much, so I think I'm going to make that my first ride. Let's go. So I've just had a brilliant ride over on Grand National. What a classic. You cannot come to Pleasure Beach and not do Grand National. It's so rough and it's so funny seeing people's faces as they come back in the station and realise that they've just experienced one of the roughest rides of their life. Honestly, it's such an amazing ride to do, and you can't miss it out when coming to Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Honestly, if you're coming to Blackpool Pleasure Beach, you've got to have a ride on Grand National. You absolutely have to. On there, you're running 2 trains on each side, and basically, it's one of those rides. They don't do them anymore, really, but you come back on the opposite side. I can't remember the exact word, what it's called, but you go on one side and you come back the opposite side. It's quite confusing in my mind a bit, but it's still a really good ride here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Old, but gold. Really good on that. Next up, I think I'm going to head on another classic ride here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Turning 100 years old next season. It's the one and only Big Dipper. But the question is that an onion or a teardrop? I think it's an onion. If you want to be romantic, then it's a teardrop, but whatever. Anyway, queued basically about 5 minutes for that. Basically, the majority of the queue line was sitting and waiting for them to check restraints, so not too bad at all. I mean, look around me. Barely any crowd levels here in an off-peak day here in Blackpool Pleasure Beach. I was about to say sunny, but I don't think that's true. But yeah, next up we're going to head on Big Dipper, another classic ride here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Let's go. So yeah, this is the queue for Big Dipper. Barely anything. Walk on. I'm just going to stand here, get a few shots of Big Dipper, and then I think I'll head on. Yeah, just running 1 train though today, but I don't think you really need it. When the queues are 0 minutes, you don't really need any more than 1 train. Let's head on this classic coaster. Let's go.
Train's quite full actually.
So I've just had a brilliant ride over on Big Dipper, a brilliant classic ride here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, turning 100 years old next year, and yeah, had a really good ride on it, very rickety, but of course, it's such a good ride. You can't go to Blackpool Pleasure Beach and not go on it. Next up though, I'm going to head to Icon. Opened in 2018, it's a Mack multi-launching coaster, so let's head over and take a little look. In 2018, Icon opened at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, a multi-launch coaster the first multi-launch coaster here in the UK, and I tell you what, it still remains a firm favourite for many. And here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, it's just so iconic seeing the big one structure, the Big Dipper structure, the Grand National structure. However, Icon came into the skyline in 2018, and it really just added something different to the skyline of Blackpool Pleasure Beach. This iconic, a modern coaster coming to Blackpool Pleasure Beach with such a nice grey track, grey supports, and yeah, it's a really nice coaster. It looks really modern, and yeah, I'm going to head on it back in today. I tell you what, Icon is a smooth coaster. Last time I rode it a few weeks ago, I'm going to try and get a front row ride, because honestly, if you're going to do Icon, if you want an intense ride, then the back row really is for you. If you want a really smooth ride and quite a visual ride to look at, then the front row is one of the best rows to go. You get great views of all of the other attractions here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and yeah, I just think front row is the road to do on Icon. No steam today, however, it's still hopefully going to be a brilliant ride. Let's head on. Here we go then, walking into the Icon queue line with the music blasting out. Wow, you can't beat it. I love this ride to bits. It's honestly amazing. And yeah, it's even better when you've got a 0-minute wait for Icon. Literally, I think all of the wait is literally in the station. There they go, blasting off into the unknown on Icon. But yeah, I love the soundtrack of this ride. It's so good. It just mixes with Blackpool Pleasure Beach's classic rides, and you've got Icon bang on in the middle with its modern track and its modern soundtrack. Everything about Icon I really do love. And the thing with Icon, it's not the fastest coaster, it's not the highest coaster. What makes Icon is just the modern, the sleek of its design. Well, not sleek, that's coming to Flamingo Land in 2022. But yeah, it's so smooth, it's silky smooth. And yeah, look, here it comes blasting through the other launch. It really is an iconic ride here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, even though it's only been here for a few years, 4 or 5 years. It really is an amazing ride. The gold trains, the lights on the train, everything about Icon is amazing. And yeah, there it goes through the rest of its layout. But yeah, what makes Icon is the interaction between the other rides. It's not even the most intense ride or the fastest or the highest. It's just so smooth, and the interaction between the other rides here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Anyway, that's enough waffle. I'm going to head on Icon open here in Blackpool Pleasure Beach in 2018. But yeah, it looks like no queue. Later on today, I'll be riding ENSO with a twist here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Icon with a twist. And yeah, I'm going to ride that a bit later on in the vlog, so make sure you keep watching to see that. Let's go. So you can see it in the lettering behind me. I've just been on my favourite ride, number 1 in the UK. It is Icon. What a brilliant Mack multi-launch coaster that is. Honestly, I think that's the best investment Blackpool Pleasure Beach have ever made. It's such a good ride. Going through the 2 launches that you've got there, I think the second one packs more of a punch, because obviously you are launching through that really fast rate. But do you know what? It's not even the fastest coaster, as I was explaining in the queue line. It's not even like the tallest of coasters. It is literally the interaction between the other rides. And one of my favourite elements of that ride is the top hat going through the big one structure just there. I think it's a really, really good ride. And honestly, it is now my favourite ride in the UK. Wipe Nemesis off, Icon is my favourite. It's so smooth as well. Having the lap restraint is just so comfortable. Your top half is so free. And yeah, honestly, it's such a great ride here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Alongside that, there was also pretty much a 0-minute wait for that. So when Icon's on a 0-minute wait, you've got to go on it. Even if it's on an hour wait, I'll still wait for that. It's an absolutely beast. It's so, so good. So yeah, waited about 5 minutes for that. Not too bad at all. You can see the red track behind me, the iconic red and blue track. It's time for a ride on the big one here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Opened back in 1994, and I think, yeah, nice little foam box there as well to match the big one colours. But yeah, talking about the big one colours, there's actually been a lot of repainting work going on here on the big one. You can see that this red brake run here and a few other sections of the track have been repainted alongside the blue support beams. Look how blue these are. Yeah, really nice. It's nice to see Blackpool Pleasure Beach preserving, keeping up with their ride maintenance, and also there's been a few track replacements, which I'll show you a bit later on in the vlog. But yeah, their icon goes behind me. It's such an amazing ride. But next up, I'm going to head on my second favourite ride here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. It's so iconic. It's been in the skyline since 1994. It's the big one. Let's go. So I've just had a ride on the big one, running quite smoothly today actually. I was right at the front row, and yeah, it was a really, really good ride. Really enjoyed it, really smooth, and you can definitely tell where they've put some of the new track pieces there on the big one. But yeah, running really well, just on one train today. However, there was barely any queue. Next up, I'm going to go on Skyforce. This is basically a plane ride where you've got to work really, really hard to get those paddles moving so that you can do 360 degrees. Now, I actually quite struggle with Skyforces, so I'm hoping that I'll get some good spins. So let's go and take a ride on Skyforce. This one does make you dizzy though, so if you're not into flat rides or spinny rides, Skyforce is not for you. Let's go. So yeah, just had a brilliant ride over on Skyforce. Well, I say a few rides, well I say one ride, I had about 4 rides on there. It's a really, really good ride. My max spins on there was 42. So if you can come to Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and if you can beat 42 spins on Skyforce, then let me know in the comment section down below. Next up though, I think I'm going to have a bit of a relax after that very dizzying experience and go on the PB Express. This is a train that goes around the perimeter of Blackpool Pleasure Beach. So yeah, we've just had a rollback on ENSO icon here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Totally normal thing. Of course, the track's developed, and yeah, it's crazy seeing a roller coaster reverse. You can see the ENSO seat on the back of it. It's just popped on. I'll be riding that hopefully a bit later. And talking of ENSO, it's £15 for the normal standard, and it's £25 for VIP. I'll talk about ENSO a lot later on. But in terms of rollback on icon, it's quite common at the start of the day. And yeah, nothing to worry about, of course. It's all adapted. The trains and the track, it's all meant to happen. And yeah, it's all safe and everything. But yeah, it's quite common here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. As we make our way by Infusion, this Vekoma SLC, not for one of those, not the greatest to be honest. very, very rough on the head. Won't be riding it today, because to be honest, I don't feel like having a head bashed around in a cage. Oh no, wait, sorry, that's Hero, a Flamingo Land. But yeah, I quite like Infusion. It looks really good here at the park, but I just won't be riding. It's not enjoyable for me, really. And yeah, as I said earlier, I think I'll head to Tango Ice Blast. Oh, you can see Icon flying in the background. I think I head to Tango Ice Blast, do a few more rides here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and later on, I'll be walking the big one, XL. So if you haven't already, check out that vlog. It's already on the channel. But yeah, we'll make our way around the train, and then we'll head to Tango Ice Blast. So yeah, just taking this time on the train then to reflect on my day so far. I've just been on Skyforce, as I said earlier. I'm going to boast about it again. 42 spins on there, can you beat it? Yeah, really, really good ride on Skyforce. And yeah, I really do like that flat ride. I used to struggle with it a lot, but now I've got used to it. I've got a bit older, a bit taller. I can actually spin it a bit more. So yeah, it's a really good ride on there. And so far, Blackpool Pleasure Beach, queues have been to a minimal. Literally, I haven't queued anything. The longest queue that I had was probably, I can't even remember, 15 minutes for Big Dipper maybe? Oh no, Big Dipper was walk-on. Yeah, I've had no queues so far. So yeah, it's a really good day to come on off-peak if you can. And talking of the train, here is actually the station for where you would stop off if you come into the Big Blue or staying at the Boulevard. Oh, you can't really see me, we've gone into a tunnel. But yeah, if you're staying at one of the on-site Blackpool Pleasure Beach hotels, then that's the train station that you'd stop off. So if you wanted to catch the train into the park, then you can do that at the start of the day using the hotel entrance. Or if you want to be dropped off back to your hotel, you can be dropped off back at that station. But yeah, talking about hotels, I'm staying at the Big Blue tonight. You can see that Big Blue hotel there. It's a really nice hotel. If you do want to see my room tour, check out the video that's already out on the channel, showing the breakfast options, the food options, the rooms, and all that info, which is already on the channel. Anyway, I'm going to carry on my train journey here before I head to Tango Ice Blast. But before that, I'll have to make do with a drink. Let's go. So yeah, just coming off my relaxing train journey there. Always nice to come on the PB Express after having, you know, a lot of intense rides of the day. It's a nice way just to calm down and take in the views that Blackpool Pleasure Beach has to offer of all their amazing rides. Anyway, next up, you can see it in the background, it's an S&S shot and drop tower. It's Tango Ice Blast. This opened here as, well, it was used to be called PlayStation before it was then rebranded to Tango Ice Blast. So, let's head on this amazing drop tower, so underrated in my opinion. I absolutely love S&S shot and drop towers. However, I do prefer ones such as Apocalypse or Drayton Manor, because honestly the forces that you get on there are absolutely amazing. But yeah, up from Tango Ice Blast, you can usually get some good views on the construction of Valhalla, so I'll update you when I get to Tango Ice Blast. Let's go. Valhalla opening summer of 2022. This amazing water ride will be hopefully opening this summer. Yeah, it's been closed for a few years now, a couple of seasons. And yeah, I mean, the promotional images from the outside construction will look really, really great. I can't wait to ride this. It's such a great ride for me, the best water ride in the UK, in my opinion. And actually, just a second ago, I heard running water in the Valhalla trough. Yeah, that's right. I think we've finally got water running in the trough. So that gives me some hopes that we are going to see this running this year. Of course, I was quite sceptical about it opening. I thought that it might be a 2023 edition here to Blackpool Pleasure Beach, because of course, we don't really know what's actually going on inside. We know there's going to be a new soundtrack, there's going to be a new fire, but to be honest, I thought it was going to be 2023, but from the sounds of things, it looks like it's going to be planned to go 2022. I can hear the water inside and I actually saw a few drips of water coming down, so hopefully we'll see it opening soon. So I've just had a wonderful ride over on Tango Ice Blast. Such a good ride, really do love it. The shot and drop towers, I think they're really overhated in the theme park community. I think the shot up there is amazing. The drop isn't forceful or anything. It's just fun to have some good views over of Blackpool towards Sandcastle. I'll be visiting there tomorrow. No vlog, of course, because it is a water park. But yeah, so far my day here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, it's been really good. I'm gonna have my second ride over on the big one, a fantastic aerodynamics coaster, and I'll see what my day leads me to do. Hopefully I want to do Revolution again, because that is definitely an underrated ride here in the UK. It's so forceful. Anyway, let's head on the big one, the tallest roller coaster in the UK, and I'll be climbing it soon. So yeah, just had a brilliant ride over on the big one of a classic aerodynamics coaster here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Yeah, quite a smooth ride on that. However, there are some points where you can tell the track has definitely been worn, especially with the new bits of track as well on that. I was towards the back of that as well, towards the back of the train, about a second from the back. However, it was still a brilliant ride, a little bit rough. You can't beat it. It's the tallest roller coaster in the UK. Previously, it used to be the tallest coaster in the world. However, that record has been beat. Moving on, continuing my day here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, I'm going to head over to my ride on ENSO. This is the brand new spinning train on the Mack Coaster Icon. So let's go over to the Icon sort of plaza area and I'll explain a bit more about ENSO. So ENSO is the brand new experience to Blackpool Pleasure Beach for 2022. Essentially, it's a Mack spinning coaster, spinning car on the back of Icon. Of course, an existing ride here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Of course, it's £15 for standard. What you have to do is just wait the queue time, the normal queue time on your app. So while you're waiting it on your phone, you can go and explore some other rides and attractions here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Or if you pay the £25 VIP one, then you can just go straight in the queue. But I'm not going to pay that, to be honest. It's a bit expensive for what it is. I'd rather just wait the queue time for Icon, which really isn't a lot because, of course, it's an off-peak day. So yeah, get my ticket and let's go on ENSO. So if you'd like to experience ENSO, the way into ENSO is just here. You head down here in the Big Dipper queue and then you literally go in the Speedy Pass way just down here. So yeah, Big Dipper closes at 4 PM. So some rides do close a little bit earlier here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach on off-peak days. But yeah, to ride ENSO, simply head down there and you get your spinning seat ready. So yeah, just experienced the brand new addition to Blackpool Pleasure Beach for 2022. It's ENSO, the spinning car. And yeah, what a fantastic ride that is. It's honestly really, really good. However, I did experience with 2 people and I didn't even get a full spin. I think I got 1 full spin and that was it, to be honest. So, and a few weeks ago I experienced it with 1 person and I got so many spins. So if you want to go on ENSO, then I do recommend doing it just by yourself, to be honest, because you do get much more spins. And I think it's it feels like a much more worth it experience, to be honest, rather than going on it with 2 people and not getting that many spins, if that sort of makes sense. However, it's nice to have like another friend or family member if you do want to go on with another person and enjoy it with them. However, I just think you are getting more of your money's worth if you do decide to go as a single rider. But yeah, so far my day here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, it's been really, really good. ENSO is definitely worth an addition, definitely worth the £15 if you go on it by yourself. So yeah, I've just had my ride experience on ENSO, which of course I did my review a few minutes ago. And yeah, what a really, really good experience that was. Definitely worth it. However, I would go just one singly, as I explained earlier, not going in a pair or on a double with your friend. Anyway, next up, I'm going to head on another aerodynamics classic. It's the Revolution here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Quite a modern track paint, this one, just all grey throughout. However, I think this is definitely an underrated ride here in the UK. I don't think it gets the love that Revolution really does deserve. It's honestly a fantastic coaster. Does anyone remember the classic lines that you hear at the other end of the track when you come to the end? It's, you're about to experience the 360-degree looping coaster backwards. Let's head on the Revolution. Also, I'll give you a little quiz question to do in the comment section. Does anyone remember what Revolution used to be called and used to be branded to? I'll give you a little clue. It was a drink brand. So have a little think and I'll answer that question at the end of the video. Anyway, let's head on Revolution. It's revolutionary. Yeah, so just had a really good ride then over on Revolution. Classic ride here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. It's definitely in my top 5 rides here in the UK. Honestly, the G's that it pulls on there, it's only about 4G, but it feels so much more on Revolution. It's honestly an amazing coaster located here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Continuing my day then, I'm going to head on a classic horsey ride. Can you guess it? It's Steeplechase. 3 tracks, however 2 are only operating. It's quite common to see 2 tracks operating on an off-peak day. So let's head on. Next up then, it's time for a ride on Steeplechase. This is like a horse ride, and yeah, it's quite a classic ride here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. You can't come to Pleasure Beach and not do Steeplechase. We've got 3 different tracks. Do you class it as 3 coasters? I class it as 1 coaster. They're pretty much all the same. But yeah, let's have a ride on Steeplechase. So yeah, my day here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach is drawing to an end. So as it draws to an end, I'm going to stop vlogging, go on a few more rides, and I'll wrap up this vlog. I think I'm going to wrap up this vlog outside the actual Pleasure Beach, just to do something a bit different. You can see all of the different rides and attractions on the sort of promenade here at Blackpool. But yeah, it's been a really good day so far. So I'm going to head on Icon Big One again, do them again, and then I'll wrap up the vlog just outside. So I've just had a brilliant day inside Blackpool Pleasure Beach. I'll tell you what, if you want to get the most out of your days, the most out of your money, the best days to come to Blackpool Pleasure Beach is off-peak days. You're going to get so many rides in, and you can sort of just relax after you've done the rides. I had some chips in a bucket. I forgot to do a food review, but they were all right chips. Quite nice actually, really. You get in a nice bucket, you get a spade with it as well that you could use on the beach. Talking of the beach, there it is. But yeah, overall, it's been a really good day here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Can't fault it. I had so many Tango Ice Blasts, all for the price of £1. But yeah, I really do love Blackpool Pleasure Beach. It's my favourite theme park in the UK. It's something really close to my heart. It just has that seaside feeling to it that really makes it. They've got some old classic coasters such as Big Dipper, Grand National, but they've also got the new modern coasters such as Icon. That's what really makes Blackpool Pleasure Beach. They know what they're doing. They know they're putting in another modern coaster, but they still want to keep the history of Blackpool Pleasure Beach by keeping rides such as the Big Dipper, Grand National, all of those sort of rides. But nonetheless, I've still had a brilliant day. Went on Big One 3 or 2 times, I can't remember, 2 times I think it was. Went on Icon about 3 or 4 times, and yeah, got so many re-rides in. It's honestly the best day I could have. The Blackpool Pleasure Beach is my favourite theme park in the UK, and I definitely recommend it, especially when Valhalla opens this summer 2022, when it's planned and scheduled to go ahead for opening. If you did enjoy the video, do consider subscribing, as I make theme park content every week for you to enjoy. And from Blackpool, it's a goodbye. I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.